In this video, I want to show you 10 ways to teach your child body safety. Now, we teach our young children all sorts of ways to keep themselves safe. We teach them to watch out for the hot pot, the hot stove. We teach them to look both ways before they cross the road. But more often than not, body safety is not taught until much older, sometimes until it is too late. Now, research conducted by CDC, Center for Disease Control, estimates that approximately 1 in 6 boys and 1 in 4 girls are sexually abused before the age of 18. You want to hear something that is even scarier? According to the US Department of Justice, only 10% of perpetrators were strangers to the child, and 23% of these perpetrators were children themselves. Many children who are sexually abused are under 5 years of age. Do you know that? That a lot of children that are sexually abused are under 5 years of age, and almost all of them know their perpetrator, and sometimes is another child. Now, some parents may argue that no, it could never happen to them because their eyes are always on their children, they're always keeping them within their eyesight. But let me ask you these questions. Do your child or children play with other children? Do they go to daycare or school? Do you have friends or family over to your house? Do they play at the neighbor's house? The fact is, you cannot fully prevent the risk of your child being sexually abused. There are children who have been sexually abused on play dates. They went somewhere to play with other children, some on sleepovers, some in the classroom by their teachers or their mates, some on playground, some in the school bus, some in their playroom, and sometimes right in their backyard. Now, parents do not always talk to their children about body safety early enough. That's what I have found out. We leave it too late because we think kids are too young, it's too scary. But can I tell you something? It is never too soon. And it doesn't have to be a scary conversation. So I have outlined 10 things that could help your child be less vulnerable to sexual abuse. 1. Talk to them about body parts as early as 2 years old and use real names. Let's stop all this ping pong. It will make them feel comfortable to talk about it if something inappropriate happens when they are used to the real names. 2. Teach them that some body parts are private and so not everyone can see them. Teach them that people can only see them with their clothes on. Only daddy and mommy can see them naked. No, but you can also teach them that sometimes daughters can see them naked only because daddy and mommy are there with them. 3. Teach your child body boundaries. No one should touch their private parts, and no one should tell them to touch their own private parts. Parents often overlook this second part, but research have shown that most of the sexual abuse that happens begins with an adult or someone else telling your child to touch their body parts. Now, also teach them that it is not okay to keep secrets. Most perpetrators tell the child to keep the abuse a secret. This can be done in a friendly way, such as, I love playing with you, but if you tell anyone else what we played, they won't let me come over again. Or it can be a threat like, this is our secret. If you tell anyone, I'll tell them it was your idea and you will get in big trouble. Tell your kids that no matter what anyone tells them, body secrets are not okay. And they should always tell you if someone tries to make them keep a body secret or any other secret for that matter. 5. Tell your child that no one should take pictures of their private parts. No one. 6. Have a code word your children can use when they feel unsafe or when they want to be picked up. Something like, F you, feeling uncomfortable. As your children get a little bit older, you can give them a code word that they can use when they are feeling unsafe. This can be used at home, when you have guests in your house, or when they're on a play date, or when they go for a sleepover. If you encourage sleepovers, me, I don't. So they can learn the word like something like, F you, feeling uncomfortable. Just give them a code. 7. Tell your children that they will never get into trouble if they tell you a body secret. Children often say they didn't say anything because they thought they would get in trouble if they did. Now, this fear is often used by the perpetrators. Tell your child that no matter what happens, when they tell you anything about body safety, when they tell you anything about body secrets, they will never get in trouble. Make them understand that, please. 8. Teach your child how to get out of scary or uncomfortable situations. Some children are not comfortable with they are not comfortable with telling people no, especially adults. They feel uncomfortable telling adults no. But if you let them know that it's okay to tell an adult no, they will be able to keep themselves away from sexual abuse. They can tell an adult that they want to leave to go to the toilet or to use their potty. When they start feeling uncomfortable, tell them that they can tell an adult that they want to go. They want to leave, they want to go and use the toilet, they want to wee, they want to use their potty. If they start feeling uncomfortable, and if an adult start touching their private parts or anything like that, tell them that it's okay to tell them they want to go. 9. Tell your child that body touch might tickle or feel good. This is very important because many parents and books always say good touch and bad touch, but this can be very confusing, because often these touches, these sexual touches, they do not hurt or feel bad. So I prefer you use the word secret touch. Secret touch. It is a more accurate depiction of what actually happens. These touches are secret. They are neither bad or they are not bad touches or good touches. Now, tell them that another point to discuss with your child is when your child is very young, tell them that a bad guy is not necessarily somebody that looks scary. That a bad guy can be somebody in their family. That a bad guy can be a relative, a neighbor, a friend. Mommy and daddy might touch your private parts when we are cleaning you up or if you need cream. But no one else should touch you there. Not friends, not aunts, not uncles, not teachers or coaches or anyone else. Tell them that if they like these people and they think that they are in charge, they should still not allow them to touch their private parts. Unfortunately, I have to add this. Mothers should tell their children to let them know if their daddy is touching their private parts intentionally or repeatedly, because we have had many cases of fathers sexually abusing their own children. It's an unfortunate truth. And last but not the least, pray for your children. I'm not saying using these tips will totally prevent sexual abuse, but they will serve as a deterrent. As parents, we do what we can and then we cast our care.